We are back. We took a month off and we are back at Berkeley Bicycle Club, everyone, filming episode 5 of season 4. And we have our lovely audience. Hi, audience. We have our fantastic crew. And we have pizza from Pizza Pizza. We're indulging tonight. And we have reporter Kat Grant will be talking to theater owner Rosemary Doyle. Boyd Kodak will be visiting with actress and theater professional trans woman Angel Glady. And Addy Johnson will be doing his thing on the Youth Corner with dancer and Kiki ballroom legend Twysted Miyake-Mugler. We also have a new director on this show today, Davina Hader, filmmaker and activist. And Davina was a guest on an earlier episode this season, which is a reason not to miss any episodes. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with Davina. And of course, we are gonna have a lot of fun with my guests today. Awesome gentlemen and close brothers, Glenn and David Dixon. David Dixon label was founded in 1995. It specializes in women's contemporary evening wear and event dressing. David counts Nicole Kidman, Nelly Furtado, and the Molly Ringwald, I love her, just to name a few amongst fans of his label. His designs have been featured in many publications, including Vogue, Elle, and Flair. Glenn Dixon has been a leading interior design name since 1999. He was host of show Take This House and Sell It, a show that garnered the W Network the #1 spot in original programming. And in 2014, Glenn launched his home line of products on the shopping channel. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what those two guys have done. So dear viewers and studio audience, let's give a big on the couch welcome to Glenn and David. How are you guys? Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey.
What a great audience.
They are. I love our audience. You guys are very close brothers, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Have you worked together before? I believe that you have.
Well, indirectly and directly, all of our lives, really. Whether it be building, Lego houses or whatever, up into major projects as adults. So we've always fought. Well, we fought and worked together. So,
how do you get along when you work together? What are the who's the boss?
Actually, no. We both have our own point of view, and actually, our aesthetics and our temperaments are close.
Oh, they line up. Okay.
Yeah, they line up. I mean, I'm a little more out there. You'd never.
A little bit.
But David's more conservative, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Reserved.
Yeah.
So what is each working on now? What is your projects? Let's start with you.
Well, it's interesting because right now, actually, so talking about collaborating, I've worked on David's fashion shows for 20 years now, and I produce them, and the music and the models and all that stuff. And we're coming up to Fashion Week on Monday. So together we're putting together this show, which is actually kind of a impactful show because it's for the Women's College Hospital as well.
Oh wow!
And so not only is it going to be beautiful clothes and a beautiful production, but it's also going to have a message. And David's really big on messaging, so that's so together. And for me personally, I'm working on residential houses, a couple of commercial. I'm working on like a doctor who does Botox, his new office right now, so I'm going to get some free Botox.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you, David?
Doing a bunch of things, like we're saying we're showing during Fashion Week next week, and we're showing a collection that was inspired by a painting from one of their surgeons, Dr. John Semple. So we're showcasing that. We're also getting our collection ready for the shopping channel in April.
We're going to take a little break, and we're going to visit with Kat Grant, who is going to be talking to Rosemary Doyle, and we will be back after that. So thank you, everyone. Stick around.
Thanks, Antoine. Hi, everyone. Kat Grant here. I'm here today with my guest, award-winning actor, director, playwright, theater owner, Rosemary Doyle.
Yeah, I like the term theater person
Theater
because I
person.
do all of that. So it's hard to say one thing or the other.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were born in Kingston.
I was.
You put years rent down on a theater space and took a leap of faith.
I completely did that. In fact, I do that every year now. I was wondering what to do with my life. I'd broken up with a relationship, and it was like I didn't know whether to give up on my dreams or do what I always wanted to do. And I was sitting in a cafe wondering about maybe I should do something other than acting. I've been acting since I was 8 years old. And so this was when I was about to turn 40, and I looked across the street, and there was a place that used to be a pottery studio, and the woman comes out and puts on a big for rent sign. And I turned to this guy, Paul, and I'm like, Paul, can you cover my coffee? He's like, okay. So I go in and I look around and I'm like, that could be a theater, that could work. And so then I was driving down to Kingston that day, making really good time, so I think I'll call my friend. So I reached into the back seat of the car. I wasn't getting my phone, I was just getting my phone book. But as a result, I turned the wheel of the car and it hit the things that make all the noise. So then I turned the wheel the other way. Anyway, long story short, I'm out of control and I'm into the ditch. And I took off my seatbelt, I put it back on, I drove the car, I realized I was still alive. When I was back in Kingston, I was a little in shock. The guy who's the landlord called me up and said, so you want to rent my space? I said, yeah. I go, I want to put a theater in it. And he goes, oh, a theater? I went, I'll give you an entire year's rent up front. And he said, okay. So when I got back to Toronto, sure enough, I marched him over to the bank and gave him all my money, and I started a theater.
And it's successful?
It's been 7 years now.
7 years. Tell everyone the name of your theater.
It's the Red Sandcastle Theater.
And how did you come up with that name?
Red is my initials, Rosemary Ethel Doyle. And Sandcastle is about the ever-changing nature of theater, that we build something and then it goes away, but that's no reason not to build it.
Tell us about your first role.
One of the first major roles I had, I was Wilbur in Charlotte's Web. It was in grade 6, and it was kind of fun because Wilbur's the pig, I can talk, I can actually factually talk. And it was quite funny for me because I got all these love letters from girls from other schools, which was very confusing.
So you've won awards for acting, and you do this thing that you're really great at, which is write in a 24-hour period. Would you tell everybody about that concept?
Yeah, that's how I first got into playwriting, was writing for 24-hour playwriting contests. So the first time I ever got one, they give you 3 words, and I won that contest.
And how many have you won since?
7. I've actually I've stopped entering them because I don't like the whole winning thing anymore. But now I do this thing called the Thousand Monkeys Playwriting Festival, and that's over the long weekend at my theater every year. And people come and we give them 3 words, like I did that first time.
What's coming up?
Next thing that I'm doing is a show with 25 people in it and a band of 6.
Wow!
And it's called Queen Marie, and it's at the Alumni Theater, and it's about Marie Dressler, who was really this amazing woman. She was a Broadway star in the turn of the century. She was actually in the first full-length silent film, and then she starred opposite Greta Garbo in the first talkie that Garbo spoke in.
And won an Oscar.
And she won an Oscar for that. It's really amazing. And Marie Dressler actually was in a relationship with a woman in the 30s quite openly. So that's quite interesting. And she was from Cobourg, Ontario.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we're
looking forward to
the
that.
Alumni Theater from the 13th until the 28th of April.
Go see it.
Yeah.
Give everyone your website.
www.redsandcastletheater.com.
Thank you so much for coming in and
you.
talking with us. I really enjoyed it. And everybody, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
We are back, everyone. All right. And we have Glenn and David Dixon, our lovely guests. Let's talk about some personal stuff so we get to know we little David and Glenn. Where were you born? Do you have any siblings? How was your childhood growing up? Who was your first crush? You don't have to answer that one. Go ahead.
Well, we were born in Toronto. Our older siblings,
Toronto guys.
yeah, we're Toronto. We're from a big Irish Catholic family, so there's 6 of us. And my parents immigrated to Toronto in the 50s, I guess it is.
Yeah.
And
From Ireland.
From Ireland, yeah. We were born here in Toronto, and there's 5 boys and 1 girl.
And you're out of the family, I'm assuming?
Yeah, actually, well.
Hey, that'll be a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
I'm the gay.
I'm the gay.
I'm the gay.
Yeah, so we actually, I hear a lot of stories about people, coming out stories, and
We're always interested.
how hard it is for certain people. It wasn't that bad for us, and this is going back. Let's see, I'm 30 years old now, so I was. But going back 30 years or 30 some odd years ago, it was actually my parents were kind of cool about it.
That's wonderful.
And then I guess I was the first, and then. Although you knew you were gay before I knew I was gay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so it was a really.
You're lucky and blessed, I guess.
Very blessed, yeah.
Now, switching back to work a little bit, you both are very passionate about what you do. What got you into the career that you're doing? Let's start with you, David.
Well, for me, I was always constantly drawing out. I grew up a little bit more introverted than my brothers and my sister. They were all type A personalities. Okay. So I'd always find myself in a little corner, like drawing or doodling and things like that. Oh. And then, but TV was sort of our outlet. Friday night, my parents, that was their date night. So I was able to stay up and watch Love Boat and Fantasy Island. So that dates me at all. And on one particular episode, what sort of that moment of saying, what I was drawing and what I was seeing came to life, because on Love Boat they had guest designers like Halston, Jeffrey Bean, Gloria Vanderbilt, Bob Mackey, and then all of a sudden it's like, what I'm drawing is actually you can do in real life.
In 2009, Mattel commissioned you to develop a home line, including furnishings and accessories to celebrate Barbie's 50th birthday. Yeah, I know.
It wasn't her birthday, it's her anniversary. Barbie's not 50.
Hudson's Bay was involved, I believe. There was also a television commercial. First, I'm so damn jealous that you got to do that. But second, tell us all about it and how was the experience and what happened.
This experience was wonderful. It was really wonderful. So Mattel was, they approached both of us actually. So David did a clothing line, and he could talk about that a little bit. But then they approached me to do this home line, and not only I got so involved in it because David and I played with Barbies.
Okay. Our parents allowed us to.
Yeah. I mean, which is Irish construction family. It was weird for them at first, but that's how we sort of acted out our passions, right, as kids. And so it was really incredible to design a real people furniture, not kid furniture for Barbie, and then also pillows and chairs and things like that.
Do you have anything at home now? Still?
Yeah. And at the studio.
Yeah, the studio we have the Barbie couch. So.
Yeah.
David.
Yes.
Your bio has also a lot of incredible highlights, from receiving awards for your work to projects for Sears and IKEA. To being named City of Toronto Designer of the Year. But one that caught my attention was that you've been named in 2012 one of the group of 7 Canadian fashion designers by the McMichael Gallery.
Yeah.
First, huge congratulations.
In 2012, the McMichael Gallery sort of gathered up they randomly, or I don't know how they chose, 7 designers from across Canada that would represent sort of the group of 7 fashion, because of the group of 7, because they have the largest gallery of the group of 7 work. And so they celebrated it with, we had a big sort of, gala party, things like that. And so 7 designers were inspired by some of the paintings that were done there. And so it was more like a fundraiser kind of celebration of Canadian talent and art, and so it was a really great experience.
I'm glad we honor our talents too. We're gonna take a little break again, and now we're gonna be visiting with Boyd Kodak with Angel Glady, and we will be back after that. So everyone, thank you. Stick around. All right.
Hi, Boyd Kodak here. My guest this episode is actress, theater artist, Angel Glady. Angel is a trans woman from Tamil Nadu. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
First of all, Levin, when did you first get started in your creative work?
I started my theater work around 2009.
Okay.
When I was studying MA Mass Communication, like Masters in Mass Communication.
Okay.
So that time I was the first trans woman who went to the university to study as a trans. That is the first time I started performing, but after that I felt like I am into that.
Oh, that's terrific. So they were welcoming.
Yeah.
And tell us about some of the work you've done, because I know you've done some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I did clowning with a French theater group called Clowns Without Border, and
That's right. That sounds amazing.
I performed with a Korean theater group named called Twysted, and I traveled to Korea to perform. So, and I performed in Philadelphia Trans Health Conference. Yeah, and I acted in a couple of movies and documentary, and in Canada, I did a lot of performance which is like related to dance, because I'm a dancer too. So I love dancing. So I performed a couple of events, and also I performed in Last Pride.
A dancer?
Yeah. And I did a small piece of theater piece, which is one of my friend directed. So I acted in that too.
That's amazing. And I'm going to say she's only been here 1 year. So in 1 year in Canada, you've done an awful lot. And the rest of your work was mostly in India?
Yeah. I did
Korea?
everything. Yeah. Some of the things in Korea and some of the things in America, then the rest of the things in India.
So when you dance, what style is it?
Yeah, I perform a freestyle dance and semi-classic, which is Bharatanatyam. We used to say that is our Indian cultural dance, and also some of the Indian classics, which is like Kathak and Lavani. So I do fusion with a lot of different styles.
First of all, tell us a little bit about what inspires you.
We had a production group called Panmai, and I performed through Panmai. I performed the piece called The Red. Okay. That piece was so intense and so powerful, which I did. I liked the most. The South Korean theater group. I performed with them the play name called Beyond Binaries. So that was like really good play, and I felt like that is my masterpiece.
Wow. So, where can we see your work?
My Facebook page is Angel Glady Actress, or you can follow me in Facebook. My Facebook name is Angel Glady, ANGEL GLADY.
Any performances coming up we can expect?
I'm performing this Pride.
You are?
Yeah, I'm performing for the Trans March. After the Trans March, on the stage I'm performing.
Tell us your hopes and dreams for the future.
My hope to get an Oscar.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Pleasure.
So welcome to Youth Corner of On the Couch. I'm here with my guest, Twysted Miyake-Mugler. He's a Kiki dancer in Toronto for those Kiki ballroom scene. He's an LGBT youth activist and just an awesome person all around. So
thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Well,
it's your first time.
Having me. Yes, it is. I'm very glad I'm here today. I actually enjoyed everything so far, so it's really nice.
Good, thank you. I'm happy that you're enjoying it. So let's talk about why you're so big in the Kiki ballroom here in Toronto. You're doing so much to let it grow, and so tell us about that.
So I started it in 2010. The reason why it was started is just because there was a Kiki scene already in the States. There's a documentary about it. For those of you who haven't any idea about it, you can definitely watch a documentary called Kiki. But yeah, the ballroom scene started in New York City, and there were a lot of benefits that the Black and Latino LGBT youth were basically getting from being a part of the ballroom scene there. And what we've seen is that in the Kiki scene there was leadership opportunities, and they were really actually able to affect societal change among the youth, right? So much more, they have much more of a direct connection and impact in the lives of youth more than any organization and all these other things because of the social circles that come along with the Kiki scene. So basically, I brought that whole Kiki scene into Toronto just so that the youth of Toronto can basically gain their self-confidence and learn to, I guess, thrive in their queerness, in their, or whatever it is, whether it be their identity, size, appearance, whatever you name it. And that's what the Kiki scene, that's what the TKBA is there for. So we basically use ballroom, but it's not for ballroom. It's really for the person that's participating in it to develop their skills and become a better person in their society, in the world.
Okay, that's amazing. I know you guys have it like it's like a parental stage. So there's like a mother and a father of the house and like the aunt.
Peer leaders. They're called mothers and fathers just because, I guess, of ballroom, but they're peer leaders.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's like kind of like a big family and everything. When is there another Kiki ballroom event that we can check out or
coming up?
Coming up.
So the next one I would suggest everyone to come out would probably be for Pride. We're definitely going to have a major Kiki event put on by the TKBA Council. We have a council of 9 youth. We have 7 houses and we have 700 people in our Facebook group, but probably like around 100 active youth that are active in the scene. So these kids are going to come out and give you guys a great show. Pride, location to be announced, but follow us on Facebook and you'll definitely be able to know where and when everything is happening.
And what's your Facebook hang?
Toronto Kiki Ballroom Alliance.
Okay.
Bam, right? It sounds pretty boring in words, but I promise you, in action, it is the tea.
Well, thank you, Twysted, for that. And thank you so much for being here on Youth Corner and sharing with us about the Kiki Ballroom. And we're looking forward to checking it out and following you on Facebook and your Pride event. We will definitely be there.
Get the youth out.
So thank you so much. And we're heading back over to Antoine.
All right, we're back. Yay! David and Glenn, you are very involved in giving back, a concept that I love. You got to keep the energy, good energy moving in the world. Tell us a little bit more about your favorite LGBT causes that you support.
We both work closely with various LGBTQ ACT. We do CanFAR.
CanFAR, I saw that.
CanFAR, Casey House we've worked with. Several, like you name it, like everything that's gay we've done.
Some more than others.
I really believe it's really important to give back to our, again, because our experience was very good coming out.
And we've heard so many different spectrums of that story where people have awful experiences coming out and awful, ways of being treated within the community. And for us, it was kind of okay.
When you're blessed and lucky, you need to pay it forward.
You do have to pay it forward, and one of our big causes is anti-bullying.
Awesome.
So we were part of that It Gets Better Canada program.
Okay. Somebody just told me in the audience you were one of the first men in Ontario or Canada to adopt.
Yes, that's
couple.
Yes, with my partner in when is it? 2000 and. How old is Josh now? He's 19 now, and we adopted him when he was 5. Okay. We went through the Daddies and Papas program, which was held at the 519. Actually, you talked to us about, you introduced us to it, and we went through the program, and we went through Children's Aid, and our first son came within 9 months of going through that program, and we were, I think, one of the first couples in Ontario that was gay. Seen as gay, adopting like parent 1 and parent 2.
Okay. So you have 2 children?
We have 2 children now. We adopted our second son 2 years after.
What's in the future for you personally?
A tall, dark, handsome guy. I hope. Just work.
We all hope for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what's project work-wise?
Well, just it's constantly evolving something. You know, for me, it's all about storytelling. What's the next step? What's what's interesting? What's going to keep me motivated and the people I'm around motivated?
Now we're coming to the end of of our show, so we do quick questions. So just whatever you think, I'll just point to you.
Okay.
Favorite dish?
Wedgwood.
Food.
Food. Oh, food. Shepherd's pie.
Was it what?
Wedgwood. Tandoori chicken.
Okay. Yay. Nice. Favorite vacation spot?
Puerto Vallarta.
Copenhagen.
Okay. Favorite animal?
Dog.
Cat.
Oh, cat person, dog person. The color on the wall in your bedroom?
Gray.
Saffron.
Okay. What is a must piece in anyone's closet?
A black suit.
Okay.
Clean underwear.
You don't hang your underwear in the closet.
Have you seen gay closets lately? It's like shopping malls.
And best dressed celebrity?
I like Nicole Kidman. I mean,
no.
yeah.
I like Tilda Swinton.
Nice. Beautiful choice. And last words to the community and our viewers before we close. You can talk to them.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Well, thanks for having us on today. It's always a pleasure to come and talk to the community and to get to know you a little bit better. And I hope you got to know us a little bit better today.
Thank you. Yes, we did. Yes. Very good.
It's always nice to get out. Thank you very much. So it's great to be around people who are like-minded and
we're
inspired.
happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had a great time with everyone, with you guys, and everyone at home. Don't forget, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com. Join us on the couch. You can write us there. You can ask for tickets to be in the audience. We have very limited seating, so get us early. And everyone, we truly love you. Our audience, our guests, our community. Keep shining. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Cheers.